us at SmartTechAcademy. Apologies for us starting at this time. We had to sort out some technical issues, but thank you for your patience and for joining us again this morning. Hope we've had a lovely week so far. We finished our first set of course, which is the website development, and I hope that we are doing well so far with the websites that we are currently working on. So instead of wasting our time this morning, we'll just quickly go into today's session. And we're starting a new course called Digital Marketing. And today we're going to be looking at social media marketing. And the person that will be taking us will be Tosin Adisa. But before we call her, we'll just go quickly through the agenda. I'm doing the welcome and introduction. Afterwards, Tosin's going to take us into the world of digital marketing, specifically social media marketing. And after, we'll have a Q&A, and then we'll round up. So I would go through our webinar rules once more for us. Please, every participant is to remain cautious. You are all muted and can only be unmuted by the host. If you want to switch between viewing the speakers and the presentation deck, just double click the icon at the right bottom part of your screen, and then you can be able to switch between seeing the person speaking and the presentation deck. If you've got any questions, please type them in the message section, and then they'll be attended to during the Q&A session. Or if you want to speak during the Q&A, just use the raise hand function and we would allow you unmute your mic. However, if we're unable to take your questions today, do not worry. Feel free to email us at info@smarttech.ng and we will get a response to your question as soon as possible. So before I hand over to our speaker, like we all know, is we're starting a new session, and the person we have with us today, her name is Oluwatosin Adisa. She's very well versed and knowledgeable in this area that we are going into, which is everybody wants to know about digital marketing and all. And Tosin is in the right position, the perfect position to take us through what social media is. Her area of expertise includes, it's not just one, anyways, it includes brand management and brand communications, content management, digital marketing, social media management and consultation, communication for development, social change and advocacy campaigns, strategy and management, as well as social media training and consultation, which is what we are doing here today. So a little brief into who she is. Tosin is enthusiastic about helping brands express their essence through creative communications, having worked across different industries, ranging from entertainment and lifestyle, events, beauty, political, educational, personal brands, nonprofit organizations, and so on. She manages projects, communicating brands, creating content, managing social media campaigns and accounts across the globe. All of these experiences led her to start her own venture called Indwelt Studios, whose core is nurturing and expressing the essence of brands. Her ability to completely immerse herself in an entirely new field, delivering on a project, has to be one of her very strong skills. Amongst many other successfully executed projects is the launch of the Mosibile podcast, which she championed from the ground up with a zero audience base. The podcast debuted in April 2018, and as at December 2018 had reached over 3,000 listeners cumulatively, more than 13,000 episodes downloads, and more than 7,000 page views and 3,000 unique visitors. With all this, I can see that I'm sure we all know that Tosin is very well knowledgeable in the area she's going to take us through for the next few sessions we'll be having with her. So without much ado, I'm going to hand over to Tosin right now to take over the session. Please, everyone, let's welcome Tosin in the comment section. Welcome. Tosin, you can go ahead and share your screen now.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Tosin, we can. Okay, hi everyone. I'm not sure, but I think there might be some internet connectivity issues with where Tosin is. So please, okay. Okay, I think there's a little bit of internet connection issues. So please, let's just exercise some patience while she joins us again. Okay, hi everyone. Apologies once more. Sorry, I think Tosin is trying to rejoin.
Hepzibah, I can't share my screen. Hepzibah?
You should be able to. Please try. You should be
okay, I can share it now. Okay. Okay, everyone. Good morning again. My name is Tosi. I'm sorry about the slight break in transmission. My internet just went off. Okay, so I was sorry. Okay, so this session, I'm going to run you through this session. Is going to be really interactive. I think it's going to be fun if you cooperate with me. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to introduce you to this scope of social media marketing. So you're going to tell me what your expectations are. We're going to have so yes, social media marketing is a part of digital marketing. We know that digital marketing is really broad. And it's really complex. So we're just going to deal with social media marketing. And then, so under social media marketing, that is also very comprehensive. I'm going to take you through the content part of it. And because we believe that content marketing is, once you get content right, you can literally move mountains, if you let me use that phrase. So we're going to take case studies. I'm going to use my company as a case study one. Then we're also going to take another case study. We're going to use somebody's going to volunteer and their business or their brand, or what you're planning to do and all of that. And then I will run you through the process from ideation to execution, right? So yeah. So before we move on, yeah, and so thank you so much, Hepzibah, for the very kind introduction, very warm introduction. My name is Tosin. My name is Oluwa Tosin, and then some people call me Tosin. Some people most of my friends call me TA. I am really, really enthusiastic about helping brands express their essence. It's something that really excites me, and I have a civil engineering background, which is very interesting because people always ask me, how did you really transition from civil engineering to communications? And I would say that it wasn't difficult at all, mostly because it wasn't something that I was intentional about. I didn't ever think that I was going to, like, I would be in this space now. I thought because having actually practiced for a couple of years in the in the engineering space. So communications was something I just really stumbled on. I volunteered, did what I could till, it became it became really strong, and I just went into it fully. And that's an entire story, or more like a book, right? And so I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle with transitioning, but I think that where I really struggled was just really finding my carving a niche for myself. That's where I really found I really struggled, really, because the kind of communications that we do is creative communications, and in this space it's mostly known for, there's a lot of hype around it, there's a lot of bluffing around it and all of that. But I really wanted to, based on my experiences working with people, volunteering, and at some point I worked at an entertainment company, I wanted to really do things differently. So that's having and along the line, for me, I said that, you know what, I want to just communicate the brand truth. I want to be able to take your truth, what the truth of your brand is, and then communicate it. That's really what I want to do. And so that was what I really struggled with, just communicating. So telling brands that, you know what, you don't have to necessarily lie about who you are. You can make your mark, you can do all of that. And then people can know who you are, and then really, really, get creative about the things that you do without really hyping it. So that was the struggle. Because it's not what we're used to. We just want to, we want a little bit of lying in it and all of that. But yeah, so it's been about, I've been in this space for about 5 years, but like I'm running my organization fully. It's been about 3 years and all of that. And we're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, so I lead a team of creatives. I think that I work with the most amazing people. Work is like literally just fun for us, and then we do what we have to do, and then we have this very bond and all of that. So yeah, so we don't hide, we don't bluff. We just we're being able to express the brand uniquely. And so far we've worked outside Nigeria and in different countries and all of that, and it's been going well. I think key learning for me in these 5 years of actively playing in this field is being able to identify what your truth is besides your brand. Really identify what your truth is and really stick with it. I think that I'm spontaneous. I live on new experiences. Actually, I journal, and then that's pretty much it. So yes, you've met me, and then it is my time to meet you. Okay, so before I meet you, I would so introduction to social media marketing. If you're in this class, it means that you know what social media marketing is. I think that everybody in the world knows what social media is, right? It's a branch of digital marketing. So other digital marketing components, we have the SEO, that's search engine optimization. We have PPC, that's pay-per-click advertising. We have web design, content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, and all of that. We still have a couple of other ones. So that involves basically social media marketing is sharing content across social media networks just to achieve your goals, your marketing objectives, and all of that. So here I highlighted. So from time to time, I'd like that you drop you drop your thoughts in the chats box so that I can know that you're here. And then, because it's really virtual meetings, it's a very lonely space, so that you can just hype me in the chat, and just so I know that, okay, guys, you guys are here. So commonly use social media channels and their USP. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and all. But just quickly, let me just to set the pace for today. So Facebook, is commonly known for connecting people. So connecting people, then the community. If you so I mean, just write it somewhere, and I hope that you have your notes, you have something to jot, because my slide is really very, I think, not so, it's very scanty, and that was a very intentional, because so that this session is really interactive, and then you're able to really do the work, put in the work. So Facebook, so if you have something to write with Facebook, then you can write connecting people and then community, right? Then Twitter, I mean, so really what's happening, viral marketing, Instagram, photo sharing, I mean, sharing and just really documenting moments. And if you ask me, the clause there, I would say Instagram storytelling, really. TikTok, viral marketing, another video, viral marketing, WhatsApp, messaging, mobile marketing. So LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube, I left this. We're going to come back to it. That's going to be your own assignment, right? So now I would like that you unmute your mic here. Admin, can you please unmute everyone? And then probably maybe just 5 people. So I want you to tell me why you're in this class. Okay, so again, so my slides, I've customized my slides in a way that, because I know that I'm going to speak into trainees and also business owners or entrepreneurs, right? So this is really flexible. It can work for both parties and all of that. So that's why, so you can see some things like, so I know that I'm speaking to the Smart Tech Tribe this morning, and then I just wanted to be able to use the same slide for you guys. And also I want to be able to address you from the point of being trainees and also as entrepreneurs and all of that. Yeah. So I want you to tell me, what do you want to achieve? Why are you in this class? At the end of this session, what do you hope to take away? Maybe in like 3 months, what do you hope to be doing and all of that? And so what are your objectives? So this is more targeted. The first circle is more targeted at business owners. Like, what are your social media goals and objectives? What are you known for? But I think this one is more for you. Who are you? Why are you here? So can I have everyone unmuted, and then so I can hear, like, I really, really want to hear somebody's voice. So let me see. So everyone is still on mute.
Okay, so guys,
can you please unmute them?
If you want to mute themselves, they have the phone to mute themselves, yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to randomly pick. Hope, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, good morning.
Hello. Hi, Hope. Good morning. So good to see you. Also good to meet you. So can you just tell me briefly about yourself? What do you do? Why are you here? And then what do you hope to take away from this session?
Hi, Hope. Your mic is still muted. If you're talking, please unmute your mic.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tosin. Good to be here.
Good morning,
who am I? I am Hope. I'm Hope, and I fall in both categories. Presently, I am helping an organization in terms of their social media marketing. So I feel like this particular class is, it's on point for me. I'm going to gain more than I know, and I love to acquire knowledge. And then, okay, I intend to have my own thing too, in terms of social media marketing. I did a training some years ago, but I seem to have, when you're not practicing, I feel like I'm rusty, and I want to get back, in that particular space. So my expectations, I love the fact that this Smart Tech program is practical. So there's so much to do when I'm done from this class. There's so much to do, such that I don't forget what I'm going to gain in this 6 weeks period. Yes. So
Right.
my expectations are that since you are a guru in the field that I am just delving into practically, I'm going to be gaining so much from you.
All right, thank you, Hope. Thank you so much for sharing. Is anybody else wants to? So I want to take 5 people. So it was Emmanuel. Do you want to speak?
Hello, good morning.
Hi,
Sorry, please.
Emmanuel. Good morning.
Okay, is it my own Emmanuel or do you have another Emmanuel in the class?
Okay, so you're already speaking, so that's fine. I didn't notice.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think I'm in the 2 category as well.
Okay, so
So
you see that I did very well. Somebody should just clap for me, like, you know what, you were really thoughtful with your slides. You're thinking about what, guys. Let's go, Manny. Just go ahead.
all right, so quick one. So I've been for the business owning aspect. So I've been running this little business of mine for like 2 years now, and I haven't. Okay, okay. The only medium I make use of it's probably WhatsApp, and
Right.
so I have been like so far like like but okay. I've been using WhatsApp, but and I've been getting like few clients through there. So when
Right.
I saw this program, and I was like, okay, let me key in and see how I can maximize the social media space as a whole, and see how I can now push my trade. So
Right.
I'm kind of like there are some times that I'll make some whatever that it will be engaging, and boom, something will just happen, and I'm like, okay, probably lose
Okay, so
track of.
Emmanuel, can you tell me what you do?
Okay, I uh, I am I am a photographer, and
Okay.
though the photography is like a side also.
Right.
Yeah, it's a side also. So, uh, but basically, I'm a public servant. So, um, yeah, that's all. And I'm into tech. So I
Right.
render tech services. Yeah, but these are to the people that okay, I know this guy, this is what he does, and so they contact me to do that. So I want to make use of this
Well,
medium to now push all this my craft, like push it out to the world. So I would
right.
make more living from there. The training aspect, yes, I've been doing 1 or 2 trainings to probably the church I attend. So there's this like in clusters. So they're like, okay, we know you're good in this stuff, so can you just take us in this? So those are the 2 trainings I been doing, which was why I said I am standing in both
All right.
category.
Thank
So
you
that's
so
you're welcome.
much,
Yeah.
Emmanuel. So can I have Prince? Okay, Michael. Okay, Michael, can you go, Michael?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Michael,
Hi, Michael.
and um, actually, I'm an educator,
Okay,
and
that's good.
also
That's
I
a
also
fresh
tech.
perspective.
I also tech for as a side hustle actually. So I've been in this
Okay,
space for like say a year and few months now, like the digital marketing space. But I haven't been able to leverage on my social media platforms. And recently, I have a lot of people on my neck. Actually, I've always felt that the social media marketing thing are for ladies. I've always
wow.
felt like, sincerely, that's the only aspect of digital marketing I've not really leveraged on. Like, I've not really, how will I put it now, delve into. So, But I've really had a lot of people on my neck wanting me to help them increase their reach, to promote their page. Even this morning, I still had a call from somebody
We are
asking me
leaving
to
money on
help
the
me,
table.
seriously, asking me to help him manage his Facebook page. And that, so I think it's something I need to pay attention to. So, and that's why
Right.
I think this class is just right for me.
Okay. So for me, so is anybody raising their hand again? Okay. So I'm just going to let's move on. I mean, time is fast spent already, so let's move on from here. So yes, we already so we've established the fact that we have both parties in this class, and so it's going to help to I mean to just really tailor the conversation. So yeah, so let's move on. Um, yes, so the discussion highlight for this session is going to be content, because content really is a key element of social media marketing. I know that in social media, when you think social media marketing, the first thing that comes to mind, and then you can keep popping things in the chat box for me, right? So if I'm wrong, if you have a contrary opinion, if you want us to argue, I'm here for it. And all of that. So so when you think social media marketing, the first thing you think about is how do I manage my social media page? How do I post? When do I post? What time do I post? Then you think about hashtags, and it just feels like, oh my goodness, there's just a lot going on with social media. But I think for people, the first thing that comes to mind is managing it, just like posting. But today I'm going to really take you to a different, I'm going to let you see things differently. We're going to approach this whole thing really differently, and then you're going to see it from a very fresh perspective. Yeah, from a fresh perspective actually. So it's not, I don't think that is what you're used to. I don't think that is usual, because and because I think that it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. So you get on one so you stand on one leg and then the other, and so it's really a gradual process. But I'm going to really take you to the elements of, I mean, what can really make your social media journey really exciting. Because I think that once you find it exciting, once you, I mean, you find joy doing it, and then you really, really know the reason why you're doing what you're doing, every other thing will be elementary. So if you're a business owner right now, you're just starting, of course, you're just trying to find you're trying to find your feet and all of that, and just really navigate the whole process. So you might not really be able to afford to employ somebody to do your social media full time, and so you're still trying to figure out the whole thing by yourself. But so what I'm going to take you through today is fact that, so if you're so even when you are on the other side of the fence, when you get to the place where you've completely outsourced your social media, you always find this relevant, because this is really the core of it. And again, so when I hear people say that we this person, we hired this person to run our social media, and he just did not do anything, we didn't see anything, we just, we just spent money and all of that. My question to them is the fact that, I mean, how knowledgeable are you? What do you even really want to achieve? So most times I've realized that people actually do not even really know what they want to achieve, but it's just common knowledge now. It's just I mean, it's the norm. Once you have a business, you have to have social media presence, right? So so we're really going to be talking about the center of this conversation today. Is the highlight of it is content, and the content is king. If you don't agree with me, you can let me know. So yeah, moving on from here. So in that light, I'm going to be using Indoor Studios as a case study. That's the first case study. Um, and to build up to this, I'm just going to really tell you how this whole thing, I think I've given you a little bit of background. Switched from civil engineering into communications full time. So who are we? We are a brand communications firm. We discover and express the essence of brands. I think I'm supposed to highlight this truth in capital letter. Our core strength is really to creatively express truth, because we understand that. I want you to really come with me. Truth is not found on the surface. Truth is often not so loud, so we listen. Truth is often lost, so we search until we discover. And I put this clause, I put this part of who we are into this into my presentation today, because so if you really if you've been following me, so this is really just really about identity. And when I started, I asked you, I mean, who are you? What do you want to take out of this session? So this is where do we have notes, and are we writing something? Because this is going to be very interactive. So at some point I want to see your notes. So if you have your notes, if you're writing, you can just give. So it is knowing your identity. I know that this is not the best one to learn how to manage social media, but if you and I'm really glad that we also have business owners here, and then we have trainees here. So I'm going to be talking from the perspective of you as a business owner, and then you as a potential or a future social media guru. Right. Please give me a minute. Yes. Sorry about that. So it is really knowing who you are. I know that, I mean, you're beginning to ask questions like, oh, what has my identity got to do with managing social media? So here we go. So when I started working for people and then started relating with business owners, the first thing that I mean, that's how we just, because over time we really, we try to document our processes, and also we've rewritten our core values and all of that. But I think that this is the final draft. But what I really noticed is the fact that people just want the money. I mean, we all want the money. I want the money. We want the money. But so at the point where somebody says that, oh, I want social media presence, I want you to manage my social media, and then you start to ask them, what do you want to achieve? Well, let's just be there. And because we want followers, we want likes, we want sales and all of that. And I think that this is really where our approach is really different, because so we don't just approach these things from the point of how many followers do you have. By the end of you have 10. By the end of the month, you're going to have 1,000. No, really. Or your posts do you have likes? Are you engaging? Whatever. No, we don't really have. So this is so really I'm going to take you through our process. So I said our values are truth, depth, simplicity, friendship, creativity. You skip that to our process. So we listen. I would talk to you. I want to know, okay, so what do you do? How did you start your business? How did you get the idea? What is the motivation behind the business? I really just want to know. I want to know. And because so what I'm really doing is I'm listening to just, I want to find your truth between everything that is going on with you. You already, so probably your business is not going well. People are maybe used to sell offline and all of that, and then because social media is what is reigning. You are online now. You don't even know where to move it from, and you're just there. But I'm just listening for your truth. And at some point, people just say, you know what? So we started this business, and but in between everything that everybody has to say, you know that, okay, so I'll tell you what. So everybody in this class, I think we have something in common, probably our love for social media, or we just, our interest, our social media interest, right? But if you all come to, I put you in separate rooms and I ask you to write why, so the current business that you're doing now, why you started, it's not going to be, we won't all have the same reasons. So if we also, let's take, let me use a more generic example. If we all sell food, right? We all sell food. The reason why you decided to sell your food is going to be very different from the reason why I'm selling my own food. And I'm very, very sure about that. Like, I'm very certain about that. We're going to have completely different reasons. And it's just, so besides even people that got inspired by other people, something must have inspired you to copy the person that you copied. right? So we're going to have different reasons, and that you see that that reason, that particular reason, that is your unique selling point. That is your truth. And but over time, people are just after the money, that they forget the truth. They forget their USP, and the USP is everything that is going to make the difference in your brand. And so again, the reason why this whole thing is going to be different, I'm sure there's maybe you by now you want to be hearing about ads when you're supposed to post on social media, but no. But this is really building, because I feel like, because I know that if you get this right, every other thing is going to be easy peasy for you. And so that truth, that reason, that your why, your big why. And if I go back to my slides of, you need to always answer the why question. It is very important. So for me, I meet a potential client and they say, this is what the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what do you want to? So even on the phone, before I get to meet you, or we have virtual meetings, I would ask you, what do you want to achieve? That is, so when I know what you want to achieve, I can work out the processes and all of that, but I really need to know what you want to achieve. And that's what I did with you first, asking you, why in this class, what do you want to achieve? So we're going to go back. So what I'm doing when I meet a potential client is, I want to get the touch points. I want to know the whole thing. I want to really know your story and all of that. But again, we just get carried away with the whole, this person, this is my competitor. They said they came on social media and said they made 10 million naira this month. I've not even made 500K and all of that. So we just get carried away. But meanwhile, you need to always stay in touch. You need to consistently communicate your truth. You need to consistently communicate your why you started. Not the same. And I think that is what made all the difference for us at Idol Studios, in the sense that it's not the fresh perspective in which we bring to the things that we do. So from here, we have if you have thoughts, whatever, you can just drop it in the comments so that I can just address it as we go, because yeah. So I would say that, so going by building up on what I already said, I would say that what does success really mean to us here is that realign. So I want to be able to realign your brand with the brand truth. So I want to be able to so what that means for me is the fact that whatever it is that is going on with you, I want to bring you as an individual. I want to bring you as I want to bring your brand to the place where you can, where there's convergence, right? Where the reality of what your brand really is, is no longer far-fetched. It is right in front of you every day. So it is your reality. I want to be able to realign that. So if you're lost, you're just like the prodigal child. So just like the prodigal brand, in quotes. I want to be able to realign you. I want to be able to merge the brand with the truth. And how so for me, so that's the mental exercise. So that's the first part. Do you understand? So when I communicate with you, when I sit with you as a business owner, so let's say Hope. So I say to Hope that you know what, and then Hope says that, you know what, I've been managing this business I've been doing. I don't even understand this. Nobody's saying hi to me on social media, all of that. And then I say to Hope that, oh, so what do you do? I sell clothes. Why did you start selling clothes? So when I've established all of that, then I can so I'm not doing it for me because I want to be able to make a success out of your brand. Of course I want to, but it is more for you, to bring you back from wherever it is that from your distractions of just chasing, of just going after your competitors and all that, to bring you back. So that's the mental exercise. The other part is the creative exercise, which you have you're hiring me for, you want to engage me for, right? Is to express that truth that I've established. So and I've also realized that the clients don't necessarily see what you're trying to do immediately, but over time they see it. So and then you also give them things to do, send them questionnaires to fill and all of that. It's when, you know what, this question is too much. This question I cannot. I'm just going to whatever. It's not really because I really need those answers. From talking to you, I already know, I already have my brief, right? But I also want you to be able to, I want to take you back, right? So that's the mental exercise. And then the creative exercise is now how the touch points that we have picked from your story, the touch points that we have picked from your brand, and then how we now communicate it, right? So, but then again, success for me is, so the mental exercise plus the creative exercise, this is what should happen. Your brand should be positioned. Your brand, your brand should have a voice on social media, or should have a voice. Your brand should, then your brand perception. So again, that the word brand perception is, it's different things for different people, different brands, right? But how you originally conceived your brand. So the day that the idea came to you, right, that you decided that, I want to start selling clothes. What did you see in your mind's eye for your brand? Is it a premium brand? Is it an affordable brand? Is it brand for less privileged? I don't know if that's the right word, but is it an economy brand? Is it, so in the same way you have the airlines and all of that, and they have the economy, business class and all of that. So what did you conceive in your mind for that brand? As so whatever it is, you are the owner, you are the business owner. It is what you have conceived that you'll be perceived as. But then some people conceive that, see, this brand, I remember some years ago, I think the first clients that I actually worked with, right? And it was just website content that were made. So we build the website and the content. So I was just, I was going to write, my job description then was to just write website content. And I was just in the meeting looking at the young lady, and she just went, affordable luxury, affordable. And she, throughout the meeting, every question that you asked, that we asked, the only answer that she had to that question is that, see, this brand is just affordable luxury. And that's fine. It is fine because she already identified the fact that this brand is a luxurious brand. However, we need to find the balance between being luxurious and then affordability. So my job then was to be able to, put together content that can actually communicate. So because again, the core, the clients, and for you as trainees, you are going to be working with people and all that. It's also known that the client, their core is not social media marketing. So that is your own core. That is what you do. So their core is probably photographers. They are tech enthusiasts. They have they're educators and all of that. So when somebody says to you that, see, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve, that is your job, for you to be able to look for different ways in which you can channel out, you can express that brand, you can communicate the brand. So when the lady says that, she kept saying affordable luxury, all of that, we put together content around that, so that is around what she has conceived for our brand. So now it is my job to ensure that the brand is also perceived that way. So you see, you conceive your brand as a luxurious brand, and then you are using on social media, you are using graphics, you are doing DIY graphics that you have like 10 different fonts on it. I know that you get what I mean. I'm not going to look at it like, you can't say that. So I can't even slide into your DM. So for that, people in that target audience, right? You're not going to get people. You're not going to get the audience that you're targeting, because your communication elements does not it doesn't project you as being a luxurious brand. And so I know that you've probably you just see different pages, and then you already know, you're even afraid to even slide into their DM, because you'll be like, oh, okay, these guys, even if sometimes it's something, there are things that you can afford, but because of the way the brand is already being presented, you see their videos, their pictures, their everything, you already feel like, these guys, I won't be able to afford it and all of that. So it is so for when you conceive your brand, it is your duty, and then whoever it is that you're working, whatever agency that you're working with, to ensure that your brand is being perceived that way. But most, I mean, people have misplaced priorities these days, and then they just so it's the function of just running a rat race, and then what is this person doing? What is this person doing? You see, what this person is doing and what that person is doing, they're only distractions, and they're just going to really you're not going to be aligned with your brand. Again, it's not, I know that this is really not this is I mean, it's not business social media as usual, right? But this is really the core of what you need to know. So you get this right, you can, every other thing can be learned. So let me fast forward to trends fade. So now TikTok is reigning as hit of the moment and all of that, and so you can learn this thing. This is what is reigning now. People are editing videos and they are flying from one place to the other. You can learn it, and because tomorrow that might not be reigning. I don't know if you get what I mean. But the thing that is all but your brand message would always be consistent. Your story would always be consistent. Your story is your story. Nobody can take that away from you. And so your job is to be able to, you need to constantly put your story in the faces of people. You need to constantly communicate your story. You need to, so and the different, of course, it's not going to be static. You're going to be flexible about it. It's going to be fun. You're going to be very creative about it and all of that. But I'm trying to say that you need to, if you don't get this right, you're just going to be running around in circles, literally. So yes, I said I dwelled a little bit on the brand perception. This is how you, so whatever it is that you have seen in your mind's eye for your brand, you need to make sure that that's how everybody perceives your brand. Then your brand identity, your image. I mean, how are you communicating? So you've seen that this slide is in yellow. I mean, a client said to me once that you're trying to pitch to us and then your proposal is in your brand color. Like, because I'm so proud. Like, I'm really, really proud, and unconsciously. And I mean, this is not, I always felt like, yellow is a very loud color, so nobody should wear, you shouldn't wear yellow, but unconsciously. So I have tiny things in yellow, like, because my friends and it took my friends to start doing these things for me to realize that, oh, okay, I've actually been identified with the color yellow. So it's not only yellow, the brand colors are yellow, black and white. The particular shade of yellow, very important, still getting but so somebody says that I went to Minnesota and I saw a yellow power bank. I thought about you and I actually bought it. So for me, people, my friends and then people around me, they can, when they see yellow, the first thing that they think about is they see yellow. They don't think about MTN. They think about Toasty because I'm their friend. And in a way, unconsciously, I put my brand in their faces. And that is, brand identity, very important. You see a yellow, so forget industry just now. I don't want to forget it. Over time, you think about industry before you think about MTN. Okay, so you see a yellow, and the first thing that you think about is MTN, right? You see a green, and you think of, even without seeing the logo, you think about. So again, so if Glo puts out an ad and they have red in it, you know that something is terribly wrong. And before you know what's going on, Glo is trending on social media. And that's the power of identity. It is who you are. You have to stay consistent. You want to, if you decide that, you know what, this is what I've found. And if you're just starting your business, right, and you want to, maybe you just want your logo. I just want the logo. Ideally, your logo, they should give you the logo in PNG, they should give you in JPEG, they should give you your graphic artist should give you it should communicate the essence of that logo. Why? So now, if we want to go back to it, right? I don't think I don't have a full logo here, but you see the W, that W has dot. It simplifies friendship. See, we are open. And I can proudly say that everybody that I've worked with, even the people we didn't necessarily have that they were difficult, not like, let me use the word difficult clients. We are friends. We have one of our old clients that is still, has a couple of nairas to give us and all of that. He had issues and he called me. And he wasn't even in the country. I told him, this is what's going on and we need you to fix it. They are owing me money. But the fact that they feel like, see, they can call Tosin, and that's very important to me. So even when we know that, see, this work relationship is not working again, I want to be able to live on a very platonic. I still want to be able to see you outside to say that, and I want to be able to, if I need something for you, I want to be able to ask you, right? So it's very important that friendship is a very important part of the brand. And so that W with the dot. So the full logo is just Indoor Studios, and then we have this W. It's friendship. So ideally, the graphic artist should tell you whatever it is. So if you're going to be using a font, you have your main font, you have your supporting font, you should stick to it, and that's what stands you out. So now we are building up to communications. Again, you want to manage social media, you want your brand to be out there on social media. If you don't communicate right, I'm not going to look at your brand twice. Why do you? You scroll over. A couple of weeks ago, I was just looking for a journal. I'm just looking for a brand that I just wanted unique journals, right? I want to give them out, and I've been looking. I just didn't find anyone that I really, really liked, and I just saw this sponsored post, and I think I spent about 30 minutes on that page, because of the uniqueness of the very, very simple, very minimalistic and all of that. But then even before because they didn't have their prices up and all of that, I was like, okay, am I going to be able to afford it? Luckily for me, it was really affordable. But then I'm saying that they already presented their brand in a way that, and it was, you love, for somebody like me that, I like to collect journals and all of that. I can spend all my money there. So, so time is fast spent. Yeah. So your brand identity, very, very important. Whatever, if you're using a yellow, if you like this, you will need to know what the color code is. So today you're not using MTN yellow, tomorrow you're not using another form of yellow. So these are little things that actually really count. So yeah, so I put this quote here: "Honesty saves everyone's time." It's by Melissa Bolton, and she's a brand therapist. Because honesty, the truth is, how we're just and again, I'll go back to what the core of what we do is to be able to express the brand truth. If only, it's really going to save your time instead of you trying to see what your competitor is doing and then you just want to do the same thing. Oh, they have this type of video. Boom, let's replicate the video. Let's do something else. Let's just change the wordings a little. But if you just really focus on your brand, you focus on, this is like, let me mind my business. You really focus on your brand. You come to realize how really the amazing things that you can do with your brand, how you can, and besides your brand. So again, from if you're looking to take this as a career, because I get really excited, and for me, my creativity, when you just have to keep me excited. There's no limit to what I'm able to kind of content I'm able to churn out, or what I'm able to do with content. I just need to keep me excited. And it doesn't mean that I'm always excited. There are times when it just looks like, see, this brand, I don't tire. But then you have to, for me, this is not my brand, but other people's brands, because this is what I do and this is what feeds me. They are my brands. So I have to constantly go out. I said to my a member of my team recently that, you know what, because there's this brand I've really been struggling, and I said to her that, just take my phone, take all my gadgets and stuff. For all the WhatsApp group that we are on with this brand, every DM, just really just document things that how we started conversation from the beginning, because I wanted to be able to go back, to be able to connect back to the beginning of everything and see what can we do with this brand, and that is really. So if we are being honest about the core of who we are, and the same thing with individuals, right? Instead of, you realize that for all the times where you have faked it, you didn't actually really make it, because you have to keep looking for another, and it's a struggle trying to just build up lies on lies and just really trying to keep up with the Joneses and all that. It's a struggle. At some point you get exhausted, you get tired, and you realize that, see, I'm not getting any younger. Anyway, I digressed. So so I'm going to use a live case study, and then we're going to develop a brand content strategy from this, right? So a couple of weeks ago, because I wanted to pick somebody's brand from here, but we don't really have time, so I'm going to use something that I started working on, and then we can now work on this together. So a couple of weeks ago, I have two of my amazing friends that just they had babies. One of them waited for 5 years. She got married in 2015. She waited for 5 years before. So is everybody still with me? Just to be honest, it's very lonely. This virtual stuff is very, very lonely. So just sometimes I just say hi and just give me very good emojis and stuff. So one of them waited for 5 years before she got married in 2015. She just had a baby, I think sometime in July of this year. And the other one is one of my oldest friend, amazing friend, and they just saw had the baby. So I've had very crazy schedule very recently, and in between that, I'm also a gifts person. I like to give people very thoughtful gifts. I mean, not out of the world expensive, but if I'm going to give you a pen, if I'm going to give you a pen as a gift, I'm going to make sure that the pen is customized. That's how I because I like very personal connections. I don't think that I should give. I mean, you don't have to give me a ticket to Abu Dhabi or to the US or whatever. But if I'm going to give you a pen as a gift, I'll make sure that the pen is customized. That is my style. So so when they had the baby, I mean, for someone that's waited for 5 years and all that, and I was her chief bridesmaid. She's very, I mean, she's an amazing person. I just really wanted to see, and I mean, they're also they're quite well to do. I didn't think that, people will give you clothes, they'll give you whatever. I'm sure the baby already, I'm sure they're shopped heaven and head for the child already. So I wanted to just give something really thoughtful. And I mean, just very simple things, but I mean, really, really thoughtful. So I started to check Instagram for gift guides. And I honestly didn't find somebody that was going to, so I just wanted to just put my order on somebody like, you know what, this is my budget, and I want to be able to give, I knew what I wanted actually, but you can just do the execution for me. But I didn't find, so eventually what I did was, and again, you don't want to go to the very premium guys and they tell you that, see, your budget, and I use my salary for the entire month to to buy gifts and all of that. So eventually I had to just take from these guys. So coincidentally, the two of them, they have boys, and both boys are Jaden. So one is Jayden, one is Jaden. So what I did, I just reached out to a friend of mine. I mean, just somebody on Instagram. She does something. I said, you know what? I want towels. I want a white towel and a purple towel. I want you to, and please, I want you to just come with me with this story. I want you to customize it with the names of this, the name of the child, and then the date of birth. And then I did those things differently. So I reached out to somebody else. I want you to do this, customize it and all that. So then I want all these things in a box. Number one, the box person did not come through. The box person came delivered to me something, I mean, more like a paper wrapper. I didn't understand because I just wanted, how I don't know if you've seen boxes and they just have their names on it and all of that. The box person did not come through. I think just the towel person that actually did what I asked to do. Then the other person mixed up the names and the date of birth. In a nutshell, let me not bore you with the whole story. It didn't add up. It didn't. I mean, it just did not add up. Like, so what am I supposed to do? And you know how Instagram people are. They will not use, I just didn't have energy. So what am I going to do with a customized, and what are the chances that I'm going to have another friend that's going to have that same name? That, you understand? So it just got really messed up. And I just got thinking, okay, there should be somebody. So I tell you that, you know what, I'm going to do this thing by myself. So right now I'm in the process. I've reached out to somebody that I gave, whatever it is, I gave it out like that. Yeah, but I decided that I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to take my time. I've gone to see my friends. I've given them what I can. I didn't really explain the details here, but they still loved it, right? I was able to give only the tutorial, which is fine. But I decided that, you know what, I'm going to do this myself. So that's going to be our case study for today. So I reached out to the box person. He gave me specifications and all that. And I'm very little, not big deal. So maybe it can be like a piggy bank, a piggy bank. It can be like it can be a journal, but then just customize the journal, right? Whatever. So if the child's name, so we're talking about Jaden here. So Jaden's moments. So for me, the idea is to have the parents document Jaden's moment when Jaden walked first. So just like a story. So you can give it to Jaden and Jaden can read, and then it can also be a picture book where you can just stick pictures and all of that. And that's the idea for me. So I'm going to do it myself and all of that. So I'm thinking, wow, this can actually be this can actually be a business, right? When and instantly I took my phone and I started to write things. I started to just like put together thoughts, and I said that, you know what? So I had this business long time ago. Excuse me. So I named it. So this is not real. This is not live yet. I don't know if I'm going to follow through, but for the sake of this class, we're going to dissect it together. So I named it Baby Nigeria. I just named it, not baby literally, but just baby in Hindu. So, and then I think it's called Bacha or something. So, and it's just creating gifts for your favorite child, for your favorite children. So who are my target audience? So somebody should just write I want somebody to put in chat box, who are my target audience? Who am I targeting in this for this business? Who am I targeting for this business? Anybody? Parents? Yes. But really, is anybody? But really, so you can, I think you can unmute yourself. Friends, exactly, friends of expecting parents. My target audience is aunties, uncles, godmothers, godfathers, cousins. So also parents of mothers, fathers, and all of that. So eventually, so now I've established my target audience, right? Okay, so let me move to the next slide. Okay, so I put here that emotional connection is one of the drivers of customer brand insistence, which can be linked to your brand why, essence, and origin. Very important. Never forget that. You take a screenshot. So, so we're going to run through this, and we're going to run through this process, and I'm going to use that as a case study, for. I'm going to use. So now we're talking about this brand. So for the sake of this class, so the brand is Baby Nigeria. We're going to use that. So now, so imagine if. So now I'm the paid client. So now, okay, no, this is my business, right? This is my business. And then I want to speak to you. You're the trainee, you are the social media consultant. I want to say, you know what? I have this business idea. So this is we're starting from the scratch. I have this business idea and I want you to help me to manage my social media platform. I want you to do all of that. But then, because again, the clients only see they only have the idea. And some people they're not even skilled to maybe to even execute. Some are, but some are not. So now if I decide to take on this, I follow through on this business idea. So it means that I'm actually skilled to follow it through because I have the social media technical know-how. So I have the idea and I have the but most entrepreneurs don't see. The only idea. It's like I have this idea already, and then I need people. Again, write it somewhere that people are very important. They're the core of your business. You can't take away people. People are everything. So I'm speaking to you now. I'm speaking to you as my social media consultant. So then you ask me, why Baby Nigeria? Why do you? And you said to me that, why do you? You don't want to just do gifts for everybody. I was like, no, I don't want to do gifts for everybody. But you can just sell baby clothes or just sell baby gifts. No, I don't want to. You can sell children's clothes to us, or okay, just do gifts for children. No, I want to just do gifts for babies. See again, don't let greed or what people are saying. Stick to the core of what if you really believe in your vision, you really believe in you really believe in what you have what you've vetted already. Stick to it. Don't let people. I'm not saying that. See, there's a place of listening to people, of consulting, or with the people that have the technical know-how and all of that. But then you know that this is what division is. Stick to it. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't establish the business and then now try to just listen to the noise and say, okay, let's add this to it. Let's add this to it. You add this to it when you know that you're ready, because you know that I really want to add this to it, not because of this is what X is doing and Y is doing. And I've seen unique businesses. Recently, I saw somebody on Instagram that they only sell stools. and it's really, it really sounds crazy, but I'm sure that but these tools are amazing, actually. Like, they're African, Afrocentric, with the printer. I'm like, and I was like, God, I want to be able to afford, like, I was looking at this, I see if I can afford it right now, I want to be able to set up my apartment with just furniture from this person. So, I mean, they do very little things, just foot mats, tools, and just very tiny things, but they really, really look amazing. And for somebody like that, I'm sure that, why is she not doing just full stack furniture? Why doesn't she have a full stack furniture company and all of that? So again, so now what we want to do here, let's come back. Creating gifts for your favorite babies. So maybe that's the tagline for your favorite babies. Maybe that's tagline or whatever, or all of that. So I'm here, and then you ask me as a social media consultant, why? Just tell me the story. So I mean, it's not like it's not going to be very, very serious and all that. We're just gisting. I said, see, the reason why I said this business, people messed me up big time on social media. I had a friend though. I mean, so now taking you back to the story, I had this friend. I was going to get custom things for the babies, and they mixed up the names, and they were not even going to refund my money. So I just said that, you know what, let me just start this thing. So for me, again, if I follow through this business, this is very personal to me. So now we're now going to move on to the you as a consultant, right? You have listened to the brand story. You have to highlight the pain points from it. You know that, see, this person, so this brand is can somebody just unmute themselves and just really tell me what the values are, like what you think the values of this brand is going to be? Somebody fast, please. Can you unmute yourself? Can you just tell me what you think that the brand the values of this brand is going to be? So anybody, please. I want to be sure that you're following and then this makes sense to you. Can you unmute yourself?
I think quality. Somebody...
I'm okay, but there's something I'm looking for. Anybody else? There's something I'm looking for. Does somebody want to try? Somebody put in the comment section, yep. Personal.
Hello?
Yes, personal. Yes. Does somebody else want to try?
Yeah, I think it should be identity of the business itself.
Okay. So let me just save our time and all of that. We don't really have time. So for me, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about this brand is a family-oriented brand. I don't know if you get what I mean. It is personal. Somebody put in the chat box personal. Yes, it is. It is a family-oriented brand because I don't want to. I'm a family person. I have a very, I would say that I have a lot of friends. I also have a very tiny circle. So I would go out of my way for my friends. And that's what family is. Community is very. So I'm talking about my personal values. It's very important. It's very, very important to me. I might not be able to show up on maybe baby's first, maybe. So that might the good friends, I couldn't be there for the naming. I couldn't even join the virtual whatever. I couldn't join it and all that. I eventually saw the babies like 2 months after or thereabout. But my friends understand. I'm sure that they are not angry. They'll be like, but then for me, it's very important that I'm able to, so for milestones. So somebody already sent me a message like, this baby is, so when the baby was 1 month, I knew. So it's a family-oriented brand. It is this business was birthed from the place of love. I don't know if you're with me. So the whole thing that I want to start this business from a place of love, because I want to be able to present that box. I want to see the smiles on the faces of I want to see the smiles on the faces of the parents. I want them to be able to. So even the box was meant to have gifts for the parents. I mean, not gift, but just like mugs, that says that maybe Jaden's mom and all of that. Then was also meant to have a journal that would say that Jaden's moments, so for you, so that you can keep up with the processes. I want to be. You might not be a writer like me, but I want you to, because I always have my friends that I need you to journal and all of that. But you see that kind of fancy book, you want to write something in it. So So again, this brand was it's from a place of love. It's family oriented and all of that, and that is what so we'll move on to, so we have highlighted the pain points that, see, the pain points of this fact of this brand is that this person wants to be able to, this person wants to be, so she wants the brand to be able to, she wants the brand to continue to connect families. So it's saying that if I'm not in the country right now and my friend that baby has his first he took his first step, I want to be able to know, probably because my friend is writing in that journal, then she thinks about me that, oh, Tosin gave me this journal. I want to know, I want to keep families, I don't know. So for me, the center of everything is love, and the identity of this brand has to reflect that. The colors cannot be black. I mean, we do a lot of black around here. It can't be black. It has to be vibrant colors. That it has to be friendly. So again, and so now we say that so communication channels. So we think about what. So now we have moved to the third one. So you have, so now this is you to me. I'm the brand owner. You are the consultant. You have listened to the brand story. You've highlighted the pain points, and in your mind, you're listening to my story. You're highlighting the pain points and all of that. So this helps you to define and analyze the brand positioning, how the brand should be perceived, the brand identity, and the brand voice. So brand positioning, how do you want to be positioned? For me, so then you ask me, this brand, how do you want it to? Do you want it to be because of the quality of excuse me, my airport, I just want to charge it. So because of the quality of hold on, I need to chart this one. Can everybody hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me in the...
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, right. So because of the quality of the brand, for me, I would say that it's a again, like one is still working. So again, I would say I want people to be able to afford it. However, I don't want cheesy gifts. I don't want so they're going to be probably maybe regular gifts, but presented in a very, so again, I'm going to borrow the word from my clients. I would say affordable luxury. So there are regular everyday things like mugs and all of that. But for me, it's very important that whoever it is that is my vendor that is customizing these things, it's not just going to do, it's not going to be a shabby job. It has to be detailed. It has to, like, you want to, even if you don't have tea to drink in the morning, you want to hold that mug to proudly say that this is Jaden's mom. Like, you want to take a picture with the mug. I remember my friend said to me that oh, you know what, we're even going to use this towel for his photo shoot and for his first month's photo shoot. That is, I mean, things like that. So I want to, so I will use the word again. So it's a premium, it's on the premium side, right? But I think that an average working class should be able to afford it, right? So that is it for me. So I want to be able to position myself in that way. But then again, if I say that this is how I have conceived my brand, I want you as a consultant to be able to position it that way. So it means that there are certain things that you won't do. You won't use you won't use graphics that just I mean, you're going to stick to a certain type of font as your main font. You're going to see the colors are going to be consistent. Whatever it is that whatever story that you're telling has to make sense. You will not jump on irregular trends, right? Okay, so then we move to so I'm just trying to crunch everything together in one. So I'm sure that by now you know which one is the identity. So the identity has to do with how the brand is seen, the positioning has how the perception is how the brand is being perceived, right? So when you see a brand, what comes to your mind? I'm sure that, have you ever spoken to somebody on Instagram or Facebook that you want to buy something and at the back of your mind, you have something in your mind. So not like because they were outrightly rude to you, but you feel like this person is rude or this person is proud. You just have, not because they did something, but in your mind, and that's what we subtly sell. The way we do the things that we do, we subtly sell these things, and we do. I mean, most branding is more psychological. So you say, what did I do wrong? I did not speak to her anyhow now, but people have opinions about you, and you've not seen the person before. The person is not your friend, but you think that you have an opinion. Why do you think that is? It is psychological, and it's what you're saying. And that's why some brands that you won't even go near, you won't even near there, because you feel like, hey, these people, they will cut my head. So right. So yeah. So from this, you're positioning the identity. So we already feel that, see, this brand, we have to communicate it in a certain way, the brand voice. So recently, NSAS was trending, still trending, and all of that. And then business owners were, people came out to say that we support this movement. The government should end SARS, do this and all of that and stuff. For this brand, because it's a baby-friendly brand, it's a family-oriented brand. I'm in Nigeria, I'm concerned. Of course, I want to also put out a statement and say that the brand should end, the government should end SARS and all of that. For the whole Lekki thing, I want to be able to put out there. But I'm not going to jump on this Sorosoke brand trend. I don't know if you get what I mean, because this is a family-oriented brand. This is like so you're saying that, so you will not use certain words, you won't use certain words on social media. You will not say that so because this is what is trending. No, you can be like, I support what's going on. I support the Nigerian youths and all of that. And then but you don't have to, because again, some brands always feel like they need to always jump on every trend just to be visible. So if you decide that, okay, this is trending, let's see what we can do with this trend and all of that. Somebody has seen it, not even somebody. Nobody liked that post. If it's on Twitter, nobody retweeted it or anything. But people have seen it. You cannot undo these things. Even if you delete the tweet, you can't undo these things. So what I'm trying to say, that you selectively, your voice, your brand voice is the way you speak, is the way you communicate, has to be aligned with what your brand values are. So so yes, you now decide which communication channels work for me. Over time, you can be everywhere. But for now, because of the sake of this case study, we will say that you stick with Instagram. We can tell stories on Instagram. We can share our moments and all that we want to share, and the people sending their pictures and all of that of the boxes, and we want to do all of that. So we already did that. Define who our target audience is. Our audience is, we have aunties, uncles, godmothers, god aunties, god daddies, even mothers, parents, and all that. You want to be able to do the same thing for, and sometimes just even maybe nobody's giving you. You want to also buy it for your own. Or you want to personalize it the way you want it to. One of the things that I really wanted in that box is to have just plain boxes, just plain cards where they can write. So if you're a Christian, you can, they are one of them is a Christian, one of them is a Muslim. You can write Bible verses that stood out for you, maybe during your pregnancy or over time. The Bible verses that you can use, you can speak into the life of your child. And then for the ones for the Muslims, you can also do the same. I also wanted that, again. Thank you to Instagram vendors and all of that. So yes, we look for the defined. So we've decided communication channels. We use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We define the target audience. We know who they are already. Then we look for them, and that's where the work starts. The work started already, but then you start looking for them. How do you look for them? Through how you communicate. You tell your story. And you see, telling stories is not necessarily saying that, okay, today this is how I started. Somebody came on Instagram and all of that, and we're going to, this is like a different module entirely and all of that. But then this is how you actually find your tribe. This is how you find you already define your audience. But by how you communicate, how you tell your stories, how you actually find your defined audience. So people that are looking to go from 100 followers to 1,000 followers, and it's a friend of mine said to me recently, she's into fashion and all of that. She just launched a ready-to-wear collection, and she said, I think somebody just reposted her post, and I think she had like over 1,000 followers that day. And she was wondering, she had to go and look for one of the, so just one of those big blog guys posted, and they happened to be a foreign platform. And then so now she does deliveries all across Africa and all of that. So it just takes one. It's not really difficult, but then because we have not defined our audience, we're just everywhere. Today we're talking about politics. Tomorrow we're talking about family and all that. You can't really you can't say things like that. So let's really time is fast spent, so I'm just trying to run through it. So from here now we start to talk to our defined audience. So yes, this is the core. This is where where you have to do a lot of work. You have to really think through the process. So there's I put on the slide content strategy, content plan, content pillars, and then content. So content strategy is so the content strategy now. So now we are still dealing with the brand Baby Nigeria, right? So let me use another example of one of our clients. One of our clients is a school that is based in the north. And I remember the first time I spoke to the clients. I mean, the very popular Nigerian name. I'm sure that everybody you know the brand. So she told me, and she just told me that, you know what, they want to change the perception now. Because I asked her, what do you want to achieve? She said, we just want to change the perception around our brand. We are and I'm going to give you the history. We want to change the perception about our brand, and of course we want more. We want people to want more girls to enroll. So it's a girls' school in the north. And so, I mean, that was what she told me. And then we got to work, we signed an agreement, and then we got to work on all of that. But along the line, so again, you have to always touch base with your clients. You have to continuously. So it's not like we have this meeting, you are giving us money, we are done. Bye. No, you have to continuously touch base with your clients. So she just told me that, and she's because of their family history. I'm sure if I mention the name, everybody should know their family history. She's a very, very she's a low-key person. I don't want to be in the news. I don't want to be in the media. I don't want to. In fact, before I got her to do a video, oh my goodness! I mean, it was like everything. She's someone that she literally knows everybody. Knows all that stuff. All like people that really matter and stuff. But then I remember one of those days we had this meeting. We're not really breaking through, right? We did a campaign. It went fairly well and all that. Then she said to me that. Then I don't know, because she's not also somebody that talks. She's also very, very influential. I mean, where they're stories. So I can't be asking her that. I can't be saying, milking her. But that day, for some reason, she told me her story. And she didn't tell me the story because she was trying to tell me the story. So again, they are a very, very influential brand. In fact, so her father was the first chairman of First Bank Nigeria ever. And then at 16, so because they're based in the north, at 16, she got married. They married her. You know how? So I said her father is the first chairman of First Bank Nigeria. So it means that they have money and they are very educated. But they married her off at, I think, 15 or 16 thereabouts. But she ran off. She went out. She took off and went and went out of the country and didn't tell anyone. So she abandoned the husband here because she wasn't ready for it. But of course, being in the north, being the girl child, that's what's expected of you, irrespective of your education. So she went abroad, she left the husband. I mean, she didn't tell. So she was like the rebel of the family and didn't communicate with her. She didn't communicate with her family, left everybody and went abroad and started her life over. And then lived there many years, and then she met the person that she's currently married to right now and all of that. So right now, they currently have a couple of schools in Abuja that, I mean, the schools are doing very well. But she has this burden but she's really passionate about this particular school because this is like, I can relate. I don't know if you get what I mean. So for a brand like this, it's very personal. So you can't afford to hire somebody that they just want to post 3 times a day and move on. It is very, so now I don't know if you can now connect, if you are able to connect all the, it's not, social media is not really about posting. You need to be able to guess, you need to be able to see, you need to be able to build up, on these things, your story and all of that. So she told me this, and again, I already had this like, okay, now this, we know we have a strategy, we have a plan. But when I heard the story, it kind of really rewired everything for me. So she's saying that, so now again, so why, the school, they're also struggling against the fact that if you're a Muslim, you have to cover your head. So people just assume that it's a Muslim school. But then one of their values is diversity. we can't have people assuming this. So she said to me, Tosin, you need to change this, right? You need to change this perception. We need to. So it means that. So what do we need? It means that we need to hire more Christians, right? So if you're a Christian, it's fine, but if you're a Muslim, you have to cover your head, and it's not out of context because it's in the north, and most of them actually they all cover their head actually, their hair actually. So me hearing this story, so this is very, very personal. She's very, I mean, she has a she has that really strong bond with the school, and so she's very passionate about girls. So it's a leadership school, and so for her, what I went through, I don't want other girls to go through it, like get married, so irrespective of who. And the school right now, I mean, they have, governors' children, senators' children, it's a very high profile school and all of that. But then it is what it is. This is narrative in the north. She wants to be able to change that. So it's a leadership school. So now they consciously, so besides the whole academic curriculum that they also have a leadership academy, so that girls are at the center of leadership in the world. And then you need to be able to take your place in the world. So so they're trying to just change the narrative in not one girl at a time. Excuse me. Which means that the content strategy that we're putting together in for this school has to have in its all of these things. So you put together a content strategy. So we're saying that how are we going to communicate the brand? How are we going to? So it means that so if we're taking pictures, we have to be intentional. We can't just take all girls that have their hair covered. We have to look for the balance between a Christian and a Muslim. We have to constantly put out. We have to stories. So even if you're just doing a boomerang that is just 1 second, I want you to be able to tell you a story. So everything, we are intentional about every single thing that we put out for the brand. So we are intentional about every single thing that we put out about the brand. So now going back to our content strategy, how we usually do it here, everybody on the team comes up, we say that this is the problem, we talk about this story brand, we dissect it. So how do we communicate this brand? What do we need to do? Everybody brings their idea, and it's usually very thin. Brings their idea together and all that. So now you have the idea, and everybody, and trust me, we all have ideas. We are all smart. But then how do you actually now break your ideas down that it is realistic, where you get to the point where you can actually execute? You have, so from your strategy, and so it means that people are talking, they are saying different things. You have to put together a plan to use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You're going to run a campaign once in a month. You're going to do Twitter trends. We're going to do two Twitter trends. We're going to use it to do that. That is what the plan. It's our idea, right? So we want to say that so now social media plan for Baby Nigeria. We say, okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We are going to post every day. Then so Monday. So usually, and this is what is going to differentiate you from every other person, from every other social media manager, from every other social media consultant, whatever it is. It says that. So for me, we're not going to do. So now the typical thing for you to say is Monday motivation. Tuesday, what happens on Tuesday? Tuesday thoughtful Tuesday, whatever. Wednesday woman crush Wednesday. Thursday throwback. Friday fun or TGIF. Saturday, whatever. But so now this is it. Now we are now talking about this is where you now position the brand. So Monday, off the top of my head right now, I would say that for Baby Nigeria, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? And how can I actually touch people in there? Like, how can I touch them that you see this post and you'll be like, where you also see the post, you can actually share it. and then, or you save it, or you think that, I've seen posts where I've seen, sometimes I get on Instagram, I feel like, see, this person, God sent this person to me. God might know. I mean, do you understand? So when they see that kind of post and you feel like, they feel like, this person is speaking to me. So again, with Baby Nigeria, I also don't want to, I mean, this is like giving gifts, but then this is, it's a Nigerian brand, right? Nigerians are highly spiritual. I also want to tap into your spirituality. I want to, so call me an opportunist. I want to be able to exploit the spiritual part of it. So for a Monday, I also want to be able to communicate to people that are waiting. I don't know if you're following me. So people that are waiting to also have children. So because as much as this is who the audience is, I also want to be able to, so for people that are waiting, I want you to come to the brand, I want to just people at the page and say that one day, somebody will send me a box from this place. I want you to see it as a form of prophecy. So again, this is where, call me manipulative, but this is where the strategy, and this is brand strategy. This is what you're thinking, and you're saying that, I know that these are the people that I want to sell to. But then the person that is also waiting is saying that, my friend just had a baby. Let me buy something from her and send it to her. So it means that she started following the page. But I don't want her to feel like, I don't want to leave her at that point. I don't want to leave her at the point of, you just bought from me and I'm waiting to have a child. I bought from Baby Nigeria and I'm sending it to my friend that's had a child, because we have to rejoice with people that are rejoicing, right? But then I don't want to leave you there. I don't want to drop you there. I want to take you. I want you to be a part of my community. Again, let's leave that here. So Baby Nigeria will get to the point where Baby Nigeria is now organizing very exclusive, small events for people that are waiting. Whatever it is, call me an opportunist, call me manipulative, but this is business. This is the strategy part of it. So I don't want the person to feel like, okay, now I bought a box for my friend. I just had a baby. I'm waiting, but I want to carry you along the process. So Monday, people are busy. People are trying to get back to their lives, work and all that. Even people that don't have jobs, on Monday you go and you don't. I don't know if you don't have a job and you sleep on Monday morning, it kind of hits you differently. It does. So that Monday, maybe you want to look through your CV, or maybe just learn something that you don't really feel bad about your life, or maybe check your resume. So Mondays are kind of serious for people and all that. But so instead of me saying Monday motivation, maybe I'm looking for a family quote and saying that these are the people that are families or whatever. I'm not going to look for. I would do something like share so I would say, I mean, off the top of my head right now, I'm thinking, what can I do on Monday? I can do something on Monday that is like, okay, for people so that there's a balance between people that have children and people that don't have children, and people that are waiting to be married. So if you think about this brand, it kind of appeals to everybody. So people that are waiting to be married, they're hoping that one day it's going to be me. People that are in school, one day it's going to be, because in a way, babies appeal to everybody. So I would, Monday, I would do something like, okay, so I'll put out maybe like, it can be in a graphic format or maybe a little bit of video. So as you're going back to your work, whatever it is that I do, so maybe if you just had a baby, it can also appeal to you to say that, don't leave just write something. So, or maybe somebody that is just, they've been on mat leave and they're going back to work. Write something, maybe if you have a baby journal. So I'm going to encourage you maybe to keep a journal, to just write something and just document. So don't feel bad that you're leaving your child. You're doing whatever it is that you're doing it for your child. For somebody that is waiting on to have a child, I'll say that if you don't have a child or something, and again, I'm not going to write things like that if you don't have a child. It's going to be creatively worded, looked in a way that you will fall in love with it. And then you can also save the post where you can say that, you can write something. So for you, you're probably writing for your future child. And it's so fancy that you will not even realize what I'm trying to do. And that's the point. So you're not saying Monday, good morning, wake up, risers, go to work, sleep. life if you don't work, you die. Life is good. No, you're not being generic. You are actually communicating. We are actually touching people at their pain point. You are saying that you're trying to tell that working class mom that you just had your baby's at home. Don't worry, this baby's going to turn out fine. Just make sure that you are trying to hold your hand through the journey of people that are the ones that don't have babies yet. You're carrying everybody along indirectly. At the same time, this is business for you. I mean, this is what it is. But then they are your tribe. They would now keep, and you're building up on that community. You're building up on that community. And then if you remember, if we go way back to the very beginning, when I said Facebook connecting people, community. So you have to think about these things. And then you just one day you just set up a Facebook closed group where people can actually now start talking about their lives, start talking about, you know what, and this is how you make money. People start talking about, oh, like I've been waiting for 10, where people can feel they can express themselves without being judged. Wait, a support group. And then you now have this event. I remember somebody on Instagram did something really, really amazing. And what's this lady's name? I'm sure a couple of you will know her. She's quite popular. And then they lost their child, and I think they lost their first child. And she set up this event for people that also lost their children. And they even had, like, it was like a candle night. This, what they call this things, that these balloons that have light in them and just go up into the sky. It was a very beautiful event. Like, I saw the event. I mean, this is not, I don't know how to say this, but you wish that you don't even want to wish that your child is there. It was a very beautiful, and I'm sure that it's very emotional event. But then, so people that have not, not let me check this AC. People that have not had, like, you've not been able to talk about the experience. Losing a child is very difficult. I've not lost one. I'm not married. I don't have a child yet, but I can't imagine anything happening to any one of my nephews or even any child that I know. So imagine, I'm sure that people deal with things differently, and they probably have not even been able to talk about the events or whatever it is and all of that. So this is you. So this is you. You have to talk to your defined audience. You have to, you already know that these people, they are my people. You have to talk to them. You have to talk directly to them. Don't beat around the bush. Don't try. Don't just run around in circles. Talk to them. Talk to their pain points and all of that. So your process. Again, I think I've also said this in the course of this, you have to map out the customer's journey. So already so if you follow through my process, you realize that I spoke about. So at some point you realize that, okay, now I have a budding community where you put out a post and tell somebody that if you do this, engage. So you can now see the engagement from your post. So you can follow through on all of this. So now you say that, so what is the next product? I have to build this. I have to now you have annual events. So you're building up on a lot of things, but then you will not be able to get to this point if the only thing you're thinking about is to post 3 times on social media. You won't be able to, because you're not talking to anybody. You're talking to everybody and nobody. You know how somebody in our country said, I'm for everybody and for no one, right? So you would but again, you won't be able to get to this point if you're just thinking, I just want to post, I just want to be out there, I just want to do all of that. But whatever it is that you want to do, whatever has to be done, if you have to do anything at all, do it well. Build up on the story. It's not going to be, I mean, it's also like a form of delayed gratification, right? I think that, it's the background here. So this is also a form of delayed gratification, right? But it is always very beautiful in the end. I remember the clients in Abuja saying again, most of our clients are, referrals and all of that, and she said to the person that referred me that, thank you so much, that so far, I think this year, so we signed our contract in January, and they've renewed, and 6 months contract, they've renewed already. And she said that this is the first time we have this amount of, so there's like a balance now between Christians and Muslims, and so that this is the first time we have this amount that we've actually achieved this balance, right? Because now basically we just did things differently. It's not like the person that was handling didn't do a good job. They have fancy graphics and all of that, but then this is what makes the difference. So so you map out the customer's journey, you document the process, you test, you evaluate. Again, I don't think that we'll have time to be able to take questions and all that, but then we're still coming back tomorrow. So you can just write whatever it is that you don't understand, whatever it is that you need me to really explain further, we can talk about it. Then very important, you analytics, and then so you continue to check content. And social media is fantastic. You have ways to measure and check. You check which content is doing very well, which one people can relate more with, and then you improve on that, and you churn more of that type of content out. You constantly, so that's up to then up, and so in this I already talked about analytics and all that. So you check what is working, and then what people tend to respond to more. Then optimization is you improving more on that. You're improving more on that. You optimize your content, right? So types of content, we have videos, pictures, all of that. But I think that the most powerful form of content is UGC, that's user generated content, where you actually get people to do the work. And I mean, that's like, because they are helping you to publicize, and you're not doing so much for it. You're not running ads or anything. I think that's the most powerful form of content. It's I really like to have such engagement and all of that during the lockdown, because the school didn't. I mean, nobody saw the coronavirus coming and all that. So we signed our contract in January. So we had this fantastic strategy that we're going to run through the period of 6 months. So it also involved us going to Abuja and all of that. But then the lockdown came, and then of course, again, the school they do more physical marketing than social media marketing. But then coronavirus came, and the only option they had was social media marketing. So we did a lot of things. We engaged the girls, and we asked them to even send videos for life in lockdown, and the girls responded and all of that. We did a whole lot of other things, and you see the videos. And I think one of those videos, I checked it, no sponsored ads, and it had so what that means is the fact that all the girls are at home, right? They kept sending it to their friends. You can see that amount of shares. It was ridiculous. I mean, just really amazing. Like, again, so now because they are all at home, so schools are it means, because you know how I know when you were in secondary school now, you know that this school, I'm sure we didn't really have all that access that people have now, where secondary school girls, students have phones and all of that. We didn't have that. But then you can say that. So it's also a form of gossiping, that see this school, blah, blah, blah. But and then you're looking at it that this school, I think they're kind of fun. Maybe I want to go there. You tell your parents. So we really engaged the girls, did a whole lot of other things. And also they will send videos and all of that. I also did not use everything that they sent. I don't know if you get what I mean. So because I'm also trying to find, so again, you have to, it's not, you are the expert here. It's not about, so we already established that we want to have, we want to engage, we want to have a form of engagement, right? And then we did that. So now we still communicate to the school communicates with the girls, and they start sending videos. But my job as the consultant here, as the expert here, is to filter, because I know what I want to, I know what and again, it is, what is your why? I know that this is what the school wants to achieve. They want people to perceive their brand as one that is diverse, right? And they want to enroll more girls. So I cannot. So if all the videos that I got all Muslim videos, all Muslim girls sent me their videos, and they're all covering their head, I won't use it. So and mostly because they had like a ratio of 90% Muslims and 10% Christians and all of that. I try to find the balance. So I would use so if I use, it's almost impossible to have that 50-50 balance, but we try to find the balance. And then some of the videos, the girls will say things like, we are, and so you listen to it. Just they send me a video and you ask that, and the client says, why do you send it? I mean, what was it? You sent it to me now. You're the client, you sent it to me now. No. You know what you want to. I said, so we have to do a lot of video editing, cut some parts out, another. Again, call it staging. It is what it is. You also that are trying to judge me, do you put your worst picture on social media? You don't. And that is what it is. And that is, again, brand positioning. And positioning this brand should be, again, it's a premium brand. I think one of the girls, they also take scholarship students. They also take girls on scholarship. So it's a premium brand. I'm not going to use the video where the girl, you see that maybe somebody is in the bush or something. Because you're wondering, okay, this school is meant to, because again, a lot of 50% of the girls in the school, their parents are actively engaged in politics in Nigeria. So you don't want that person to see this video and be like, this my daughter is. We are and Nigerians again are very particular about these things. So I'm trying to say that it is, you find the balance, and that is your job. Not because also the client sent me stuff and I have to use it the way they used it. There are a lot of things that they send to me and we don't use it. We don't use, more like, you didn't take good pictures, it's not showing whatever it is. And in this period of social distancing and all of that, they send pictures and it's not really, I see that, these girls look really close up. I will use it. So yes, these are the forms of, so this is where we're supposed to, Hepzibah, do we have maybe 15 minutes to take discussions? Do we have?
Yes.
Do we have? Okay.
Hi, Tosin. Yes, we do have some time to take questions.
All right. So the next, what we're talking about next is storytelling a content marketing power tool. This one excites me. This one excites all the fiber in my being. I mean, I love to tell stories. I mean, I love to take the brand story. I just really, and there's nothing as powerful as really telling your story, and I'm telling it in a very creative way, effortlessly. I mean, people just, I mean, your brand just like people just, I mean, just talk about your brand. They publicize your brand for you effortlessly if you get this right. So before I go back to open up the conversation, you must have programs that are able to harness all the conversations that are going on around your brand. I'll explain this when I said to you that, so with the baby brand, right, this is what we're doing, and then over time you start having, so now we having webinars and all of that. We have a close group for people that are waiting. We have this and that. So those are programs, and then that have been birthed out of this. I just want to give gifts. Giving gifts is really personal. Giving gifts is very, I traveled to a certain country, and I was saying to somebody asked me, so how much did you spend for this travel? I said, you know what, I think they actually spend more money giving people in the country gifts, because it's their culture. So it's not a function of whether you have money or you don't. If you go anywhere, and they give you something and you don't take it, nobody is going to listen to you. So everywhere, and it was really frustrating for me because I don't eat too much. And then, so not like you don't even have to eat, but they'll give you sweets, they give you tea. So giving gifts is very personal. And for every meeting that I went to, in fact, I went to shop, I went to a store, and the store, they brought, no, saying child school. I went to a store and they brought snacks. You don't get, so you go to ShopRite and ShopRite is serving you snacks. You'll be like, okay, what's going on here? It is their culture. So giving gifts is really personal. It's really, so you have to think about this. So if for me, when I thought about this brand, I thought about the culture, and then I also named the baby in, again, I don't know if I'm going to follow you, but I named the baby in that language. So you have to think about this. You have to open up your mind to the possibilities. You have to explore. You have to allow, and then you have to know what works for you. I mean, how you are able to get into that space of creativity. I believe that we are all creative people. We're just people that say that I'm not creative or whatever. You're just lazy. Well, you need to know what works for you. For me, I like to go away by myself. Nobody, I like to just go away, just isolate myself. Some people think that is weird, but I mean, that's where I really connect. When I feel like I'm there, I just go away and all of that. That's where I really, really connect back to myself and just walk my and just try to just channel whatever it is that I'm feeling and all that. So you have to really know what works for you. You have to find what works for you. You have to find, and that's how you're able to channel out that kind of ideas. And again, everybody, we all have ideas, but you have to walk yourself through the process of actually executing. Ideation to execution. If you ideate and you don't execute, you're as good as, it doesn't really make any difference. So you have to you have to have programs that are able to harness all of the conversations that are going on around your brand. Touch points are important, and a venue that allows you to put your message out there. So whatever it is that, so you already know that the reason why we started Baby Nigeria, you know the reason why. From time to time, you try to go back, not like you're going to say it exactly the way it is. You're not going to lie about it. That's what we're very strong on that. It's a culture. I think also just, you're not going to tell, if you know that you sell flour, you cannot tell me that I should come and tell people that you sell Gary. I mean, sometimes it's not even far from it, right? It's not far from it and all that. But I remember a client saying to me that they have an event, and the event, she was going to say, she told me to tell everybody that this person that somebody is paying for their staff. No, they were not. I'm not doing this. She's like, it's not a big deal. I said, I'm not doing this, and we had a back and forth. They might look like very little things, but this is, and I'm not judging anybody, but this is our culture. This is very important. We don't do that and all of that. So you have to just touch, but so from time to time, so if I'm going to, we're not very big on, I'm putting ourselves out there right now, but if we start to get serious about doing that, I'm going to also communicate that subtly to everybody to say that this is what is very important to us. This is our truth. We express truth and all of that. So from time to time, we also bring out stories and case studies and all that, not to shade anybody with all of that, but just look for, and it can also be it can be a video, right? So, so create your own media. Don't create whatever it is that So pictures, video, just, I mean, have fun. Don't be rigid, just be flexible, have fun around it, take advantage of technology. You need to lead with technology. And you don't have to be able to figure it out. You don't have to, you don't have to, can I have wipes? You don't have to be able to figure it out, that, oh, okay, I can't do this one, I can't do that one, I can't do that one. You have people, ask questions, ask people for help. Again, being an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you're doing, you cannot build in isolation. You can't grow in isolation. You need people, you need a community, you need people to grow with you, need people to hold your hand and all of that. That said, if there's anything that you need to ask me after you want to, whatever it is, you can reach out to me. I'm sure that Master Point will be kind enough to give you my contact. So branding is a journey, it's not a destination. So we approach social media from the point of branding, from the point of, I mean, so one of the things that if we're even taking up a new page, then I have to archive all the pictures and just like we have to like down document, even build brand Bible for the brand. So then again, so it's gradual. Don't beat yourself up. Don't try to figure out. So everything I've said today, there's tendency, thank you, Nelson. There's tendency for you to want to, I mean, where would I start from? Well, this is too much on my head. Don't beat yourself up. One day at a time, just make sure that you're doing something. You're being consistent and all of that. So make money off the brand story. And when I kept saying, you know what, so it's not like I try to make money from people's misery, but I mean, whatever it is. So when I said that we are going to Baby Nigeria is still the case study here, and so now we say that we already figured out these people are following us. They're probably wishing that one day somebody's going to send me a box from Baby Nigeria, right? So we already know that, see, these guys are here, even though they are not active. So they might not actively engage, but we know that they are here. So now we have to build, we have to make them also, we have to carry them along with our content, with whatever it is that we do. And then now we have events that, see, we have this small set of people that are waiting or whatever. It's a community, it's a support group. We might not collect money. I don't know if you get what I mean, but you can get sponsors. Then people, I don't know. So so you have to, all this story, the touch points, you have to make money off it. Don't leave money on the table. Like Manuel, I think Manuel said that people have been hounding him to manage social media, but he's been leaving money on the table because it feels like it's too feminine. Well, they're leaving money on the table. So be open to learning. Be open to learning. You don't know too much. You don't know everything. We are all learning. I'm a work in progress. I ask for help all the time. And even our team, we always have very open conversations. So it's not like, oh, this person has to speak. Like everybody speaks. Even if you join our team today, you'll be in that space where you're allowed to ask for your opinion, and then we also dissect it and all of that. So be open to learning, be consistent, very, very important. Showing up is very, very important. So I think that I have run through my slides, and then I will open up the conversation now. I think Hepzibah said we have about 15 minutes. So let's do this. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I trust me, I learned, this also is going to, help me with the brands that I'm working with, and also my own personal brand, all right, being in your studios. So taking us back to, just really learning. So I loved doing this. I really enjoyed the session. I hope that you did too. So you can unmute yourself, ask questions, or type it in the chat box, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, guys, please, if you have any questions at this time, you can either unmute yourself and speak or put a text in the chat box. If you have any question, please, now is the chance. Tosin has really given us a lot of information, useful information as well. So please, let's take advantage of this time now to ask her questions. Lovely. Bayo says the lady has said it all. Kudos to her.
Thank you, Bayo. So am I meeting with the same set of people tomorrow?
We'll talk about that after the class. So
okay, because it's like a continuous, like a storytelling.
Yeah.
So I just like, yeah.
We'll talk about it after.
All right.
Okay, I'm assuming there are no questions. Okay, so we'd just like to say thank you very much, Tosin. That was really, really amazing. It was a wonderful session. It was 2 hours, but the amount of information you're giving us is something that would take, even if we don't continue after today, it's something that would take every one of us here a step further in digital marketing. So thank you once more for your time. We appreciate the knowledge you've downloaded for us. Thank you to your team members that are here with us as well. And I also want to thank every Smart Tech Academy talent that joined us today. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for following through and also participating. Yeah, Michael is saying thank you for taking us through to the core and foundation of social media marketing. Exactly. It really took us down to the main thing. So we really appreciate that, and we look forward to our session with you tomorrow. We look forward to another amazing time with you again tomorrow. So thank you, everyone. As usual, we'll try to get the recording to you as soon as possible, as soon as our tech guys are done working on it. But we'll see you again tomorrow. Everyone, please stay safe. Take care. Yeah, but before we go, let's quickly take our usual snapshots. Please, if you're here with us, can you turn on your camera?
So I think I should stop sharing my screen right now.
Yes, all right, thanks for that. So please, guys, let's turn on our cameras. If you were not wearing your wig, ladies, maybe this is the time.
Nothing. Let me take a screenshot here.
All right. Okay, so everyone, let's say cheese. All right, another one. Okay, great. So lovely to see so many faces today. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so
We're
much.
so glad to have you. We're really glad to have you. All right. So we're just gonna call it a day now. Have a lovely day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep being awesome. Keep being great. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.